Alright guys, welcome back. And it's no surprise that Sam has been bitten and he's now infected.
That smells good.
Now, remember back like earlier on in the series when I mentioned that
Oh.
it's unclear how long it takes the infection to actually make someone turn?
Okay.
Well, this is basically the next morning.
Sam?
And as you can see, Sam is not feeling very good.
Shit, he's turning! That's my fucking brother!
So he basically already turned, and it was less than, I want to say, less than 12 hours after being bitten.
Sam?
But Tess said that people always turn within 2 days.
Henry?
So I guess like within can be any time after
I'm gonna get that gun from you.
the time of being bitten.
Okay, easy. This is your fault.
Kind of weird.
This is nobody's fault.
But now Henry's all upset,
It's all your fault! Henry!
and he's gonna deal with things the only way he knows how.
Oh my god.
And just as soon as they show up, they're gone. And it's now the fall. So that was their send-off to Henry and Sam. Kind of a disappointing end.
Right?
Should be more than a few miles.
You ready to see dear old brother?
And right now we're outside of Jackson County.
Nervous?
I don't know what area Jackson County is based off of. I'm thinking, wouldn't it be like Jacksonville, Florida? But this definitely does not look like Florida.
So much for this road.
Although it could be.
It'll lead us straight.
That doesn't really make sense. How would you go from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Jacksonville, Florida?
What do you mean?
You and Tommy.
Unless
Not
it's
together,
like
so clearly something went down.
a small city
That's all.
Ah,
just south. Because I think we are actually heading south in the United States.
Yeah, your friend Marlene.
Well, we're going from
promised to
Boston,
that kept him busy for a
Pennsylvania.
while, but just like Tommy, he eventually quit that too.
Yeah,
How was it?
that's heading south.
the last time you saw him.
I
I
believe
believe it is anyway. I'm not 100% sure.
But he's gonna help us?
I suppose we're gonna find out.
But if we come up here,
There without his help?
we'll find
Let's
a
get going. There's another.
comic book underneath that. I think that was a tree or a car or something. But basically the point of this episode is we're actually going to be reuniting with Joel's brother Tommy that we actually met in the opening of this game, like the opening chapter.
Right there's a
We're
high-
reuniting with Tommy.
It uses
Here's
the
a
river's
hydroelectric power
movement
plant.
and turns it into electricity. Look, I know what it is.
If you
but I don't know
guys
how it
play the multiplayer of this game,
Alright.
get used to seeing this area because it's probably one of the highest picked maps in the game. Like everybody picks this fucking map. I don't necessarily like the map, but you know, you have a choice of one of two maps to play on per round, and it's usually the one that people go for the most. But I'm not going to talk about multiplayer. I don't play it that often. It's just kind of one-sided.
Well, that gets us halfway.
It's pretty much a
The other one
one-sided
will make us proud.
venture. Anyway, we're going to jump into this water. And we're going to dive down. Now, you see there's an underwater shack. Which I have no idea how this shack got here. Anyway, we're gonna come up here, grab this skit. And if you're wondering why we need to get this skit, you obviously haven't been paying attention to the rest of the game, because it's
Need you to...
I
once
know.
again the same shit.
Fucking pallet.
Ellie's gonna jump on. Just gonna bring her over. And let her jump up there. And in return, she is gonna turn the next wheel
Oh, give it a spin.
and straighten out the rest of the turbine so that we can actually walk across. So yeah, I think the game would have benefited better
Hey, be careful
if you
crossing
could
that
actually switch between the two characters, like at any time, kind of like a Grand Theft Auto 5 kind of thing, where you could just switch between Ellie and Joel. I think it would made the game a lot better. And if you follow where I went, you'll find this child
What
grave,
should I do with it?
which will spark another conversation between Joel and Ellie.
No.
Why not?
How many times do we need to go over this? Things happen, and we move on.
It's just...
That's enough.
Alright. I'm sorry.
Stop Tommy's.
There's nothing that way. So we're going to continue. So climb back here. Now you'll see there's like a giant dam in the background. We're going to have to get through that. But not really.
I know, I am too. Let's get past this place, then we can scrounge.
So I think we have to go... Okay, no, that's just looping around. Okay. So we're gonna go this way. And before we actually go into the power plant, we're actually gonna go
Ain't no way around.
around here.
Gonna have to cut
Oh,
through
it's
the
a
plant.
plant. It's totally useless to me now. But you see this small cabin right here, or shed, whatever you want to call it. We're going to go in here because we need to pick up one of our most powerful weapons, the El Diablo, which is basically a scoped 44 Magnum. At least I think it's a 44 Magnum. It's just about as powerful as one. And now, a little bit of a jump cut. Kind of lost power for a couple seconds.
Ellie? Do as the lady says.
Hey.
Please tell me you're lost.
And so,
We
we
didn't
find
know
out
the
there's
place was
actually
occupied.
people
We're just trying to make our way through.
occupying the power plant.
But you know these people?
Know him.
People who are ironically
He's my goddamn brother.
led by Tommy, Joel's brother.
Holy shit.
How you doing, baby brother?
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Let me look at you. You get fucking old.
Easy. It's gonna happen to you too.
This is Marie.
Now see, we don't get very much
Nice,
backstory on Tommy,
Runs things around here.
except that
Ma'am?
he likes to,
Not blow my head.
apparently he gives up on a lot of things that he
Embarrassing,
starts,
Considering you're my brother-in-law.
which I'm kind of the same way, I guess.
Gotta get wrangled up at some point.
But, yeah, apparently he ended up
Ellie, right?
getting married.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
Where'd
get
you go?
married after the apocalypse. I don't think there's any, like,
It's kind of a long story.
license that because you need, like, a marriage license, but I guess they don't need one because there's no fucking law anymore.
You hungry?
Whatever.
Starving.
Anyway, we're gonna take a little stroll through the power plant and see if Tommy will help us get Ellie to her final destination.
We're friendlies. We've been dealing with raids. A lot of bandits in this area.
It's been quiet for a few days.
So this is basically
Glad
like
I found you in Jackson.
Been trying to bring the
probably the most promising stronghold in the apocalypse you could possibly find. It's a power plant that has
Way.
obviously electricity, so it's probably one of the only places that has an unlimited amount of electricity.
Can I?
Yeah, of course. You have
And there's also a
you ever ride one?
I actually
pretty
have.
big,
When have you ridden a horse?
I guess you could call it like a refugee camp,
He gave me lessons.
where
You know, if you want, we can
people
take a ride
basically
with
live the way they used to live before the apocalypse happened.
There.
Hey, thanks, Tommy.
No sweat.
You won't really get to see how big the camp is at this point, but you will see it pretty much at the end of this chapter
Why are you here?
and at the end of the
Were you
game.
supposed to head back this morning?
Still waiting on Hauser and the rest of the boys to relieve me.
You know, we'll be fine. Just go home to your family.
It's just a couple more hours. I'll tough it out.
All right, look, take it easy.
So we're just gonna follow this girl. I can't really remember her name. It's not really important.
Maria,
Yeah, go ahead.
we're in the control room.
Maria,
These
that's
squads
right.
started back up. You want to come check it out?
I'd rather eat with Ellie.
It's my turn anyway. I'll go.
I'll come with you. Go with Maria. It's included.
Joel? Come on, Ellie. Let's give the boys some space. I'm sending Tommy over. Stand by.
Okay, so Ellie's gonna go stuff her face with Maria, and this gives Tommy and Joel a little time to catch up.
I got something for you. Last year I went back to Texas, back home. Most of our stuff is long gone. Most of it.
And Tommy has a little gift for Joel, something he's not really happy about.
It's a little faded, but still looks pretty good.
It's a picture of his daughter Sarah.
I'm good.
And Joel just doesn't want anything to do with that, because I guess he really wants to forget that, what happened.
Hold on to it for you.
Tell me
So in the next episode, we're going to have a little talk with Tommy and see his stance on what we do
Just
next.
check on my guys real quick.
So join me again next time.